Little Changes is a Christ-centered organization focused on meeting the fundamental needs, be them physical, educational, or spiritual, of children worldwide in order to empower them to be future leaders in their communities and their villages.
After seeing so many different cultures, we realized like everybody is so different, and every country has so many different things, but they have one thing in common, and that's the suffering from children. We've seen a lot of suffering in this world, and I think we just hit a point where we decided that we couldn't continue to just go see the world for ourselves and ignore the pains that we were coming across. And so we decided that we needed to do something, and we needed to get involved somehow. And we just decided that that's what we need to do, and we felt like God was calling us to give up our lives here and to just pursue something that was bigger than ourselves, and to not focus on us, but really focus on the world and the children especially.
Little Changes, the name really just came from wanting people to realize that even little changes can make a huge impact on the world. The things that we do really change the trajectory of the lives of these children.
We were just friends who felt that we have a calling from God. One day I contacted Stephanie and Jennifer, and I told them that I felt a really strong calling from God that I needed to do more. And I have had this thought in my head for the longest time, and you know, sometimes you get so caught up with the day-to-day routine that you just forget what is the main purpose of our lives here in this earth. And you know, it's something very common. Sometimes you always, you know, you're doing what you have to do, you go to school, you work, but then you forget that you're in this world for something else, to serve God in this world, and using the skills and the talents that God had provided you with in order to serve Him and help others that are in need.
We have actually 3 board members that are from Colombia as well. So obviously it is a country that is very close to us, very dear to our hearts. Our project over there is called Seeds of Hope, and we have a home of about 30 to 40 children, and we are able to, with your help, we're able to provide housing and schooling and food and recreation. So when my husband and I went, we got to meet all these kids and see their smiles and their gratitude, and they were just so amazed that we were there, that we, as young as we are, we would care for these little kids that nobody else seems to care about. And it was just so emotional to be able to see these girls and these boys having a second chance and a glimpse of hope in their future.
In Mozambique, we have a feeding program, and that's the one that we're hoping in the near future to expand the most. It's called the Milk Project, and essentially what it's for is to provide some type of sustenance for impoverished women who can't breastfeed their children. So a lot of these infants, usually from newborn to 6 months, don't get the nourishment they need, and so they grow up pretty sickly. And by bringing in milk that we can distribute to these young families, it is a night and day difference, and a lot of these children are able to not only survive but thrive in an area where most children have real difficulty.
I was studying a lot of sociology classes and social problems, and they're not just here in our own backyard, they're all over the world. I just always felt called to fight for justice and to fight on behalf of people that like can't fight for themselves, and to help give people a voice and meet their needs in whatever way possible.
We are completely 100% volunteer based. So every dollar that gets donated to us gets reinvested into the programs that we have. Whether that's purchasing milk formula for babies that are in risk of malnutrition, or if that's buying rice and beans for the home in Colombia. Every dollar has a job and can be stretched incredibly far.
Best way to connect with us is through our website, little-changes.org. There you have information about our projects, what we do, our values, and also it has the ability for you to get in contact with us. We are always in need of volunteers. You can help us here domestically. You can also go and serve with us on one of our trips. And of course, we always are in need of financial donations, and those can also be done through our website.